Breaking news, you're listening to too many movies. Also breaking news, you're gay. Just kidding. Hello, Aidan, you're back.
I am back. I was put into the mines after I subjected you to Cat in the Hat 2003.
Yeah.
And now I am back with actual quality movies.
Crazy it's been that long since you've been on the podcast. That's not true, actually. Weren't you on like a whatever wheel for like a second?
I was on the whatever wheel for a second, and
And
I did one of your Q&A things.
yeah, okay. That sounds about
And
right.
obviously
Yeah.
I was on the 138th episode spectacular as like a memorable moment, but like other than
That's
that,
right. Yeah.
it's been 2 years, yeah.
Oh my god. 2 years. 2 years since Cat in the Hat? Wow.
No, I remember because like last year we were originally gonna do like a Ridley Scott like episode
Oh
with
yeah.
like The Martian, like one of the other movies.
And then I got rid of Kingdom of Heaven because I was like, I'm never gonna fucking watch this.
Hey, I watched The Martian. That's all that mattered.
I did not watch The Martian. I'll get to it. I'll get to it, Biff. I know you're
Yeah,
listening. It's your favorite movie.
it is a good movie. It is
Yeah.
a good movie. I can
So
vouch for
so
that.
I hear. Well, speaking of good movies, you're right. We're not here to talk about Cat in the Hat, which is also a good movie.
I
Just
showed that to friends this year, and
did
we
you?
had a ball watching the delete. No, I regret not seeing the deleted scene of the cat turning into a carpet and then having the woman put out a cigarette on his asshole.
Oh, I don't remember that. Well, that's because it was a deleted scene, so of course I wouldn't remember that. Oh my goodness. No, speaking of good movies, yeah, we have a couple good movies to talk about because I don't remember why we came to this conclusion. I think uh you just wanted to talk about these movies. I think maybe they were in your
It was
watch
more
list.
so yeah, it was on my watch list, and you
Okay.
said, like, you wanted to do E.T. or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'm like, "You know what? I haven't seen either yet, and I really wanna watch both because I heard good things about
Why
both." I was
not
like, "Why
both?
don't we just do both?" Yeah,
Why not
and
both?
because normally you typically have a theme for an episode. We were like, "The theme is
Hmm.
whimsical," but after seeing Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it was anything but
That
whimsical.
there's yeah, you know what? Truth be told, there's no theming going forward with the podcast. Well, unless it's
This
like
is the filler this is the filler episode till we get to the next Star Wars episode.
this is you know what? It's harsh to say this is one of the filler episodes. This is one of the filler episodes before we get to episode 200 and then yeah, the remaining Star Wars movies.
To
But
be fair, though, filler episodes can be good,
filler
and this is
episodes
a good
can be
one.
good. Yes, exactly. Because we're going to be a little silly today. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I'll be silly.
yeah. E.T., the extraterrestrial. You had never seen this before, right?
Yeah, so my history with, like, ET as a thing was that I've always known of its existence because, like so in my household, like, sure, like, we had our typical, like, kids show and kids movie stuff, but
Right.
we're allowed to watch, like, stuff like Star Wars or and more important, Indiana Jones. Like,
Right.
I was shown the original trilogy as a kid. So, yeah, my dad was cool,
My dad
but,
was
like
cool.
growing up, like, we would watch, like, other movies at, like, other family members' house, I remember distinctly watching Tooth Fairy 2010 on DVD at my grandma's
Right.
house.
Yeah. That
And
is
there's, like, a
that is such a Disney Channel kind of movie. Like you don't so they put Tooth Fairy on DVD, huh? Interesting. Because
but, like
that's a movie you randomly come across on Disney Channel or God forbid ABC Family, and it's just like, hey, look, kids, shut the fuck up and watch Tooth Fairy. You don't buy Tooth Fairy on DVD for your loving children. If you buy Tooth Fairy for your loving children, there's no loving in that family. You hate your child if you bought them Tooth Fairy.
we bought this DVD to watch The Rock make a dog look high as fuck. I will send you the picture for editing purposes. It is the most it was the creepiest shit to me as a
Yeah,
kid.
this I gotta
But like
see.
we had a DVD of a movie called Balto.
Balto, yep, okay.
I don't even remember what it was about. It was like some fucking dog or
Yeah,
something.
it's that
But
animated
like
dog movie. It's based off like the dog that brought medicine to a child in Alaska or something. I've never watched it. I just remember the Nostalgia Critic video on it. But yeah, that's one of those nostalgia like animated 90s movie. I'm sure wasn't very good, but people like it because they watched it when they were
It
babies.
was definitely one of those movies that was made in an era where you were either fighting Disney or you were basically dying from Disney.
That's true too. Yeah, it looks like a Disney movie, but it's not a Disney movie. Yeah. Or
Like Quest for Camelot on VHS.
Quest for Camelot, The Swan Princess, Anastasia. Yeah, all those movies that were.
Basically anything that isn't Disney or,
Yeah,
Don Bluth.
yeah. Because at least Don Bluth had a couple bangers with that kind of style, like yeah, Secret of Nim, Land Before Time, great fucking movies.
Oh, great movies, yeah. But, but,
Anyway,
like,
we're
when I
getting
was
distracted.
yeah, but remember when I was watching Balto, because I wouldn't skip, advertisements, there's
Hmm.
an advertisement for E.T., and,
Okay.
like, I remember seeing that, I'm like, "And this doesn't interest me," and I was, like, 7 at the time, so, like,
Seven.
for a movie that's, like we would get to this later that I think was, like, perfect for kids, it did not appeal to my kid self.
So I have, I have this memory of my parents telling me that I cried when they first showed me ET when I was like a real little baby, or maybe not like baby, but really little. They tried showing me ET, and I started crying at the beginning. I have no memory of that. I really don't. I feel like I do have a memory of watching ET and them turning it off and crying because they were turning it off because I wanted to watch more, but they claim I was crying because it was too scary. I mean, the opening is, heavy shadows and it's very dark. And then you actually look at E.T. himself, he is kind of a weird looking creature. So like I feel like maybe at that age, yeah, that probably did scare the shit out of me. But again, I seriously don't remember being that afraid of ET growing up.
When I was a kid, he wasn't scary looking, though
Mm.
at the time I was exposed to the How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Jim Carrey version,
Oh.
Matilda, the one with Danny
Oh.
DeVito,
Right.
and
Oh.
the one that pushed me, Coraline.
Coraline, yeah, no, that's I love that that's for children. Um,
We showed this to the kids.
yeah, a family picture.
I
But
just remember watching that movie all the way through. Then when the credits roll, I started like crying like my mom died.
see,
But
I remember watching Coraline as a kid and getting something else from that movie, and that is seeing that woman barely almost naked with those gigantic tits. It's like
oh my
that's
god.
what that movie did to me. Where I'm like, oh my god, what is this doing to me?
But like E.T. is one of those movies that like has such a staying power on pop culture
Oh
because this is
yeah.
around the time when like Spielberg was basically the heart of blockbusters.
He made Jaws already, and yeah, at this time, yeah, when he got to ET, he had already made Jaws for a couple of years, but he had made a bunch of other movies in between Jaws. He had made
Raiders.
Raiders, yeah, but like there was like low key stuff that you probably always. I mean, Close Encounters people like, it's not as gangbusters huge as something like Jaws or Raiders was. But
Yeah.
people who have seen Close Encounters I like Close Encounters. It's a really good movie. He also made 1941, that awful comedy movie. It's not good. Anyway, point
Lacey
is,
wants to show me that movie. I can just feel it.
oh,
I can just feel it.
oh yeah, that'd be a great like watch party with Lazy. That would be awesome. Um,
Yeah.
but okay, yeah. So yeah, not only did he have Jaws under his belt, but then he had Raiders, and then he knocks it out of the park with this one. It's like after this movie, it's no wonder Spielberg was seen as a god in in Hollywood because yeah,
Yeah.
this movie. So I said I watched it, like I started it as a child, and clearly I didn't like it or something like that because it's not a movie I grew up watching. Even though we had it on VHS, that's what I have here today is the VHS tape. Like I remember my parents trying to show it to me, and then them just turning it off again, claiming that I was afraid of it. And then I didn't actually watch through it all the way through until either early adulthood or late teenager dumb. Like I don't know, we found it on Netflix one day and we just watched it. But like it was not a movie I watched cuz like, you know, Jaws, I've watched multiple times over the years. I didn't grow up with it. It's not a movie I watched until I was an adult. Jurassic Park, I watched all the time growing up. Raiders of the Lost Ark, I watched a handful of times growing up. E.T. definitely is that big Spielberg movie I have the least kind of emotional connection to, I would say, of like the big stuff. Because, there's like a million Spielberg movies out there that I haven't seen.
There's like 43 of
Yeah,
them.
there's so much. I probably should have watched all of them when James was doing the ranking, but nah, I just didn't.
I mean, to be fair, the only ones I saw when the ranking came out was like the first 3 Indiana Jones movies,
Good
West
movies.
Side Story,
Mm-hmm.
and Ready Player One.
Oh, his best.
Oh wait, no. And Jurassic Park. I did.
And Jurassic Park. Okay.
And Jurassic Park 2.
And even better, Jurassic Park 2.
Better.
Everyone's
Let's go with
favorite.
that.
Yeah, everyone loves that movie.
So,
Looks to
like-
camera.
Yeah. So when I was watching E.T., when I was looking at you told me about E.T. and like when I was started like going on the Amazon page to watch it, thank God it was the original version.
Okay,
We'll get to that.
yeah. It's a good point. Yeah.
I got like I felt like a memory bank just opened in my head. This is gonna be like the most like what the fuck is he talking about part of this fucking video.
Oh, please.
So when I was a kid, my sister loved Hello Kitty.
Okay. Go on.
And so every now and again, when we go to Five Below, we would find DVDs of this Hello Kitty TV show
Sure, naturally.
where the Hello Kitty characters would like put on a play, which were basically like fairy tales or like recognizable blockbuster movies. They did like Pied Piper, Jaws, Frankenstein,
Uh-huh.
but they did one on ET called Kitty Terrestrial.
Kitty Terrestrial.
KT Kitty
Oh,
Terrestrial.
KT Kitty
And
Terrestrial.
so it's literally the plot of ET, but it's literally just Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty
character.
replaces. Okay, interesting. That's
Hello Kitty is ET.
right. Hello Kitty is a character I've known my entire life. I did not know there was a TV show for Hello Kitty. I'll definitely be watching that. Just kidding.
We'll send you the video.
You don't have to do that. You should send me the picture. Send me the picture of the high dog first, and then
the high dog, and then like fucking KT Kitty Terrestrial.
Sure. Yeah. No, but like, okay, yeah. So, was that the end of your point, or did
that was it? Just a random ass like memory bank.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Well, because you mentioned that, the special edition. So yeah, I have this on VHS. So this was a VHS made before the special. When was this VHS made? 1988. Okay, we're good. Well,
I think
obviously
the film came out in like
82.
82.
Yeah. But the special edition was 2002. Actually, I remember there being a trailer for the special edition on some VHS or DVD I had growing up. I don't remember if it was Chicken Run or Shrek or something like that. Some other VHS I had growing up had a trailer for E.T. And so I saw that trailer all the time growing up, more than I actually saw the movie. And it never occurred to me that it's just like it's advertising the special edition. But yeah, so clearly Star Wars was not the only movie that, was hardened with a special edition version to it, and it's a special edition nobody likes.
It is.
I didn't see it.
Very uncanny.
I've never seen it. I know of the changes. Obviously, the most famous one is they edit out the guns at the end with walkie-talkies. It's like, okay, like that's not even. It's not even like a bad effect. From what I've seen,
for kids level of like interference.
Yeah, that's
remove the guns or replace them, like whatever. Like we'll do pointing fingers. Like this isn't like a fucking like serious moment.
Yeah, what does that what does that do in changing the movie? What does that do to make the movie better? It doesn't. It's just a dumb edit where you're like, what are we doing, folks? It's not as egregious as like, Greedo shooting first or the fucking alien ass in the way of a fucking scene in Star Wars. But
Or
that's
Jabba the Hutt
or
showing up before the Millennium Falcon reveal,
yeah,
just the
yeah,
dumbest shit ever.
yeah. I wanted to do a special edition episode on the podcast. I don't know if I'm gonna have time for it this year, but like, yeah, that's my little boy howdy do the special edition suck segment. But like, anyway, from what little I know of the ET special edition, it's one that nobody likes. But to their credit, they realized, oh, nobody likes this. So then every subsequent release of the movie has been the original theatrical cut. So it's like, okay, we learned our lesson.
Yeah.
So good for you, Spielberg. But okay, anyway, so the movie's credit. I don't know if we've actually established this yet. We're 15 minutes into the episode already, but I like it. I like the movie a lot. Because my point is, I've been mentioning how I didn't grow up with it a lot. Obviously, I grew up with other Spielberg movies like Jurassic Park, like the Indiana Jones movies, and Jaws is one that has recently become like an all-time favorite of mine. Like that means a lot more to me than E.T. Even with all of these other movies and the fact that I don't have that much of an emotional connection to E.T. from childhood, watching the movie, it's really good. And I think it hits all the emotional beats perfectly well to the point that I'm like, what a great, heartwarming movie. I love this. Like, this is great.
For me, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wrong.
the first 10 minutes where it's ET first touching Earth
Mm-hmm.
and him getting left behind, I thought was good.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
All the
aside from
shadows.
that way that ET looks when he's running from them,
That's funny.
it's so fucking funny.
Yeah, yeah. He's like either
I ever see,
waddling.
it's like he's running like a 4-year-old got a Sour Patch Kid in his hand.
Yeah, he's either waddling like that, or they put him on a track when he's running through the grass because, like, they want him to move fast, but he has these stubby ass fucking feet. Yeah, no, it's pretty noticeable. It's like,
I
oh,
also
that's
remember one of the special edition changes was him jumping around at places, and when I saw that
ooh,
change, it reminded me of Constantine and the Gulag from Muppets Most Wanted.
yeah, ooh, that's no bueno. No thanks, Steven. Yeah, no, I really love how atmospheric and dark because you don't see much of anything,
You
and
do not see the faces of the people
that I
whatsoever
like.
because you're
Yeah.
supposed to like. I saw it as like ET doesn't know these people, so therefore we don't know these people, so that's why you want to hide the faces.
Yeah, I mean the government agents don't ever really have a centralized character. They're just the government. They're the faceless government kind of tracking down ET. I mean, yeah, you do get Jingly Keys Man throughout the movie, whereas you just see like a close up of this guy's ostensibly his crotch. But like he has like a pair of keys or like a jangling keys attached to his belt, and that's kind of his defining feature throughout the majority of the movie is like him just walking around in any scene. Which I think is really a unique idea for an antagonistic force because you don't really see these guys as the villains, but they're not the good guys. They're the antagonistic force because you're trying to keep them
Yeah,
away. You're trying to keep ET away from them. But there's no like malice with these characters where they're just, Jangly Keys guy is not like this mustache twirling villain where he's like, haha, I'm going to kill the alien. It's like, no, he just, from what little we know of him, he wants to see the alien. He just wants to meet ET. He wants to study him because he's a fucking scientist. So it's just,
he's a scientist with actual standards.
yeah. So but like, again, this is throughout the rest of the movie, but especially at the beginning. Yeah, you don't see anybody's face clearly. And it's funny, I'm talking about a movie where there's a lot of heavy shadows at the beginning and you can barely see anything. And that's usually something I complain about a lot with movies, especially modern movies where you can't see a fucking thing. But here it's intentional. And here, like, it's just filmed way better. And even though it's dark and heavy shadows are everywhere, you can still see what's happening. You just can't see people's faces. You can't see details because it's not about the details. It's about the general atmospheric vibe of the opening.
Yeah, that's why I liked it a lot.
Oh yeah.
And like obviously no dialogue. I will applaud
Mm,
movies for having minimal to no dialogue
me too.
because I kind of like at this point in time where like I just hate it when movies just do nothing but talking for like
Mm.
15 minutes on end. We'll get to that.
You need visual storytelling, and this is what
Yes.
Spielberg at his best does really well. He's
Show don't tell.
show don't
It is a
tell.
core rule in storytelling
Yeah, and
that we are
especially if
slowly losing
e
over the years.
especially if it's a moving picture. It's a picture moving. It's I wanna see visuals. I don't wanna hear things. If I wanted to hear
We're
things, I'd
watching a
listen
movie,
to the
not reading a book.
yeah, if I wanna hear things, I'd listen to a radio or listen to a podcast. Like, let me view with my eyes. They still work as far as I know.
Nah, they don't work for kids anymore because the TikTok is, like,
Oh, the
ruining them,
TikTok.
Tick
Yeah.
damn you, TikTok, and your
TikTok.
pink sauce and shit, but whatever, this I don't know much about TikTok, but, so, first 10 minutes, really intriguing.
Mhm.
Then we get to Mike,
Mike, the older
one
brother?
of our main characters.
Mhm.
I I don't wanna sound like I'm ripping off James here, but I kind of, like, understand what he said by he didn't really like Mike.
He doesn't like Mike. You know what's funny? I'm about to expose myself. I didn't actually watch the Spielberg ranking, so I have no idea what James's points were in the
He
ET
said something
segment.
about, like, not being intrigued in Mike as a character, and, like, watching it, I was like,
Mm,
I kind of see it.
interesting.
Like, he made the point that, like, he could be the, stand-in character for, like, the kid watching the movie, which, like, I understand that,
Now, are we
like, there are
talking about
many characters.
are we talking about Mike? Because Mike is the older brother. Are we talking about Elliot? You mean the main
Sorry,
character?
yeah, Elliot, yeah, I'm thinking of
Okay.
Elliot, I'm thinking of
Okay.
Elliot,
Because I'm
sorry.
thinking like, what's the beef with Mike? Yeah, he's the older
Oh,
brother
no, Mike's
character.
funny. No,
Okay.
no, Mike's funny.
Mike's
But, like,
funny.
no, Elliot, sorry, I meant Elliot, I
Elliot.
meant Elliot.
Elliot. Okay. Smelliot. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Continue your point. Sorry.
But, yeah, like, obviously, Elliot, he said something to the effect of, "Elliot is, like, our stand-in character for the audience." It's like, I could see that. There are many
Hmm.
characters out there that are, like, stand-ins for the audience.
True.
But, like, I don't really see Elliot the character as an Elliot the point of view character.
Hmm.
'Cause, like, all I got from him was, like, he wants to be taken seriously, and he saw ET, and then everyone's like, "No, no, you didn't see ET, you're a fucking bitch," basically.
You're lying.
The liar reveal trope, oh my
Yeah.
god.
Well.
But, like,
Hmm.
it's just, like, I just didn't really feel much towards Elliot as I did with, like, somewhat Mike, Gertie, and his mom. Like, the mom doesn't do much in this movie, but I feel for her.
I think. Yeah. I mean, obviously, you have that scene where Elliot kind of reveals like, oh yeah, Dad's in Mexico, and yeah, Dee Wallace, the mom, just kind of holds back a lot of emotion in that scene where she's just
He
like,
hates Mexico.
he hates Mexico. Yeah. Um. Yeah, that's the famous
That was an
penis
emotionally charged
breath.
scene. That made me, like,
That's an
feel
emotionally
things for
charged scene,
her.
and it's a scene where Elliot says penis breath. It's like, what a first of all, hilarious insult. I'm a big fan of calling somebody penis breath. But like, yeah, the fact that he could call somebody something ridiculous like penis breath and still the emotions at that scene don't feel like sucked out of it. Like, oh, the tension is gone now. Like the tone is all over the place. No. I honestly, Elliot, I don't hate. I guess he's not the most interesting Spielberg protagonist. I will definitely agree to that. Um, I feel like maybe a lot of the show don't tell because yeah, there is not a lot of dialogue. Even when we see when we meet the characters finally after the whole ET introduction thing, yeah, there's not a lot of like dialogue scenes. A lot of it is Elliot kind of walking around in dark places, tracking ET. A lot of it is like you do get dialogue when Elliot's kind of showing ET, Earth stuff. He's showing him his Star Wars action figures and showing him like the fish and stuff. Um,
Actually, speaking of the, finding ET and bringing him to his room thing,
mm,
I remembered I was watching a film theory video, and I remember this one little snippet from it where like he was talking about like ET and product placement. I was like, oh yeah, ET did product placement for Reese's Pieces.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So so
Go ahead.
so if you're wondering why Elliot has Reese's Pieces, it was product placement.
It is product placement. Well, the story goes originally it was supposed to be M&Ms, but M&Ms like Mars or something didn't want to be associated with the movie. They're just like, no, you can't put M&Ms in the movie. Fuck off, Steven. What have you ever done in the industry, huh? So then Steven was like, okay, we'll do Reese's Pieces. And Reese's Pieces was like, okay, sure. And then this movie kind of popularized Reese's Pieces. Like Reese's Pieces was not seen as marketable a candy as it is nowadays. Like obviously it's a huge candy now, not as big as M&Ms, but I don't think it would exist without ET. Like ET kind of put Reese's Pieces on the map because of
ET put Reese's Pieces on the map, and then like fucking 22 years later, I came out, ate a Reese's Piece, and I was like, "This is better than M&M," so it did its job well.
hey, peanut butter and chocolate, man. You can't beat it.
You can't go wrong.
You can't go
But
wrong.
but yeah, like this also just might be a me thing.
Mm.
The first, I, I don't want to say first half, but like a good chunk of the first part of the movie, where it's like ET like learning about all these Earth things. I was so disassociated with it, to be honest.
Really? I am the opposite. Like, if anything, if I had to nitpick and think about the aspects of the movie I'm not a fan of, it's towards the end when ET is quote unquote dead and he's being dissected by the government agents. It goes on a little too long where I'm like, all right, we think he's dead and then he comes back to life. It's like, oh, okay. But it just kind of drags in that moment. Whereas I'm a big fan of ET kind of discovering Earth things and kind of interacting with Elliot, Mike, and Gertie. I really like what they do with Elliot, Mike, and Gertie. I think
Gertie is the funniest character in the movie.
she's very funny. Drew Barrymore, first role, really funny.
I wonder what she's doing now. Oh,
What is Drew Barrymore doing now? I actually have no idea.
she did something bad. Hold on. Let me look at something
I mean,
real
look,
quick.
see, if you say a celebrity does something bad in current year, I instantly believe it, considering
She
celebrity
said something on
culture.
Twitter. Okay. She said something on Twitter. Next thing.
She's did something dumb on Twitter. Well, I mean,
No, that was a joke. But like, she did something like bad. In 2023, she announced the return of Drew Barrymore's show without its union writers during the WGO.
okay, so like something
This
like
was during
that.
the writers' strike and shit.
Okay. I guess. I guess. I mean, look, that's pretty annoying and pretty celebrity-esque where it's like, oh, I care about unions' rights or I care about rights in general. No, you don't. Well, okay,
It's like
sure.
saying Disney cares for gay people, yet they will cut out the gay shit in their movies or
Hey,
shows
listen,
and
they're about to
cancel
come
that
out
shit.
with their very first gay character in their next movie, okay? Give them a break.
I would, but like Owl House exists.
Their very first gay character. Remember?
Wasn't there like first gay
Yeah,
character? Are we cutting Pixar in this? Because like Onward exists.
no, like for years there was always an article coming out being like, "Look, it's Disney's first gay character." It's like they did that with Onward, they did that with Encanto, they did that with Cruella, they did that with any Disney movie that was coming out like 5 or 6 years ago. There was always an article being like, "Look, it's Disney's first gay character. Look at this. LeFou in the live action Disney Beauty and the Beast movie is Disney's first gay character. Look, Disney has its first on-screen gay kiss." It's like, no, what is happening? Like, why are we lying about this? This is the dumbest shit.
Why are you doing this to us on Pride Month as well?
Yeah. No, of course, that's what you do. Well, it's okay. It's not Pride Month anymore, so we can be as homophobic as we want.
No.
F A. No, I'm kidding.
No, bro, I'll get the Twitter mods to cancel you. I got that power. But
don't cancel me
so
like
yeah.
Drew Barrymore.
But Gertie's funny.
Gertie's
I
funny.
already talked about Elliot. Gertie just has this like energy and like wit to her that makes her a delight to watch on screen.
Yeah, sometimes I will say sometimes it feels like she's just saying things to be cute and like saying things like in a way where like they want her to say things in a cute way where it's like a child actress. But like honestly, Drew Barrymore does do a pretty good job all things considered, especially if this is her first time. I mean, look, I was going to say, like, well, they swept her off the streets. No, she's Hollywood royalty. She's related to the Barrymores. You know, the Barrymores are like a Hollywood dynasty. So of course she probably had, like, you know, the highest acting classes ever. But yeah, she's good. No, I
It's
all in all, I do like her performance. I do like her as a character in this movie.
it's like the girl who played Matilda, Mara Wilson.
Mm,
Like, I'm pretty sure Matilda was her first role ever, and then she, like, got cast into, Mrs. Doubtfire. No,
yeah,
Mrs. Doubtfire was her first thing, then she got Matilda,
right.
and then she got that movie.
Her best role, if you ask
Her
me.
her her I will allow it role, as I would put it. If you want if you wanna know why I think that, I have a video, link in the description, SMH, play the cat hatch ching sound effect.
The the movie I've seen more than Matilda in any of her other roles. Yeah.
Same, bro, same. I was a kid. I showed this to my brother just to make him traumatized.
Yeah. Mara Wilson.
But
Oh, you mean Lily from Thomas the Magic Railroad? It's
yeah,
like, no, we mean Matilda. It's like, I don't mean Matilda. I mean Lily from Thomas and the motherfucking Magic Railroad.
you heard me, bro. You heard me, bro. We aren't talking about Matilda. We're talking about the blue autistic motherfucker.
The blue autistic motherfucker. Um,
But then there's Mike.
Mike. Yeah, now we're
I
talking about Mike. I like
Yeah, now
Mike.
we're talking about Mike.
I like his
Mike
Yoda
gives me
impression.
Mike.
Hmm.
So Mike, I wasn't feeling much towards at first. It was kind of like the father from Little Miss Sunshine. I thought of that because me and Lazy watched that movie for the first time together. But we were both like we felt nothing or hate towards the father. I think it was like Craig Richard who or Greg Keener.
Greg Kinnear.
Greg Keener, who is famous for playing Ratchet from Robots.
Ratchet.
So
Do you run out of Dominoes? I'll send you some more. So long,
like
son. Good luck with your dastardly plans.
so like we felt nothing towards them at first, and then like later on he did something, and we're like, oh, no, we actually kind of like you. You're good. You're one of the cool kids now. That was me with Mike.
Yeah.
Or like at the beginning, I was like, oh fuck this kid, fuck you. You're basically George Cooper from Young Sheldon. And I was like, wait, he is George Cooper from Young Sheldon. He has like the same character arc and all that shit.
He's the older brother that you think is gonna, like, kind of pick on Elliot, and they're not gonna get together and, you know, kind of befriend each other until the very end. No, he's like kind of a supportive older brother because he helps out with ET, like kind of hiding ET the whole time. But that's what I was saying. I really like the dynamic between these three kids. I think they really act like siblings, where they're just like yelling and screaming over each other, making noises, and yet they still love each other, and we're still, you know, have each other's backs. It's still mess with each other. Like, I don't know. It's a very fun dynamic that you don't see a lot, or you see a lot in movies, I should say, but not done this well, is what I'm trying to say. Like, the sibling dynamic is just pitch perfect, I think.
But part of the reason why the first half was so disinteresting to me was that scene where we first learned that Elliot and ET are like connected in some way.
Yeah, that's
Where like
never
it just becomes like a
really
gross out fest.
it's never really made clear why that is. I guess that's kind of the point, but it is kind of like this weird, yeah, like kind of schmaltzy angle to the movie where it's like, oh, they're connected. Like that's how good of friends they are. They're connected. So then when ET is at home drinking beer, Elliot gets drunk at school. It's like, huh? I mean, I guess, bro.
I just
But
remember watching that and I was like, why does this thing ever catch on? Like this is like not fun whatsoever.
yeah, I guess it's to kind of, I don't know. It's just there for the comedic scenes of him being at school and kind of falling over while ET's getting drunk, and then he gets the idea to release the frogs in the school. Like, that's it. I don't know, because then towards the end, like at the end during the climax when ET's dying, you know, they just separate feelings. I get, just to say, like, Elliot isn't dying along with him. I feel like that's probably what you would do to, like, I don't know, maybe kind of put in a little conflict, like, oh, if ET's dying, then Elliot's dying. No, Elliot, like they make it clear that like they're connected, and then they say, "Oh, the boy is getting better as ET is dying." It's like, oh, okay, so there's no real conflict with them like sharing a connection then.
We had a conflict, and now it's like we just drop it because
I
plot
mean, I
reasons.
guess it's like the conflict enough. I guess ET dying should be conflict enough. We shouldn't be mucking it up with like the whole telekinesis connection thing. But like, I don't know, why do we have it in the first place? It is a weird detail that ultimately doesn't ruin the movie, but it is still bizarre nonetheless.
And so like the first half, yeah. So like then like we get to the second half. ET is dying. And
Mhm.
I was like, wait, hold on, hold on. We're cooking again? We're cooking again?
He looks like a fucking just deceased crackhead, like next to the fucking river, just like
Hit me up, Spielberg, hit me up, please. So so then ET falls into a ditch and is basically dying. And then you see Elliot being like, "Yo, I think I'm dying, ma," casually dying on the floor here.
yeah.
And then like her mom's like, "Oh my god, we're gonna like, like obviously she's afraid of ET because who the fuck is ET to her?"
Yeah, this is the first time she's actually noticing ET in the house.
Then like try to get Elliot to a hospital. Then like astronaut comes in, Among Us reference.
It is very funny that yeah, when the government agents finally like invade the house,
They're
uh
like in astronaut suits, and I'm just like, what the fuck
they're
is this?
yeah, what? Like
And no, what's funnier is that I heard the breathing. I'm like, is that Darth Vader?
yeah, like if you're gonna do the government agents coming in as like scary hazmat suits, like that makes sense. Like they have hazmat suits in the movie, but no, they come in dressed as astronauts. It's like you guys aren't in space, you're in California. Like, look, California's weird and out there, but it's not outer space.
And so then we get then after that we get the scene of the scientists walking into the sunset, which is the most aura filled thing Spielberg has ever made so far from
That
what
was
I've
pretty
seen.
tight, yeah.
And then we get to the Elliot ET both dying thing, like that scene. And then I was like, at first I was like, oh, I feel so sad. Like I know they weren't gonna die, but like, oh, I feel sad because like ET is dying, but Elliot's getting better. I don't know how they're gonna fix this. And then it's like the whole like, oh, he feels better, but ET is still dying. I'm like, oh, you basically just like stopped all your interesting like
Mhm.
lore implications just by doing that. Like,
Right.
good job, Spielberg.
Yeah.
Great script right here.
And then ET dies, and then the credits
And then
roll.
he comes back to life
Oh yeah,
from
yeah. ET dies, and it's like this very sad scene. You think, oh, this is so sad. Oh, he's alive. Why? Hmm. He just is.
uh-huh.
Yeah, it's like that scene. It's like that one Simpsons joke. I thought you were dead. Nope. It's like, okay, I guess he's alive. Sure, why not? Which then it should be a lot dumber that he just comes back to life and there's no explanation why he's just alive now. Um, but then like the rest of the climax is actually very exciting. They get the friends involved. They ride the
They ride
bikes.
their bikes and they fly into the air, which is like fucking. I can't say absolute cinema because Martin Scorsese is using AI now, but like that's pure cinema.
Oh, dude, the musical swell. John Williams, dude. I love
Okay,
praising the hell out of John Williams.
I love that. I love that. I love that theme. But honest to God, this is one of the weaker John Williams
Mm,
scores, in my opinion.
hot take. I mean, look, Johnny W has his fair share of bangers, and listen, I'm more of a fan of his Star Wars stuff and Jaws and Jurassic Park and literally everything
Indiana
else.
Jones.
The Indiana Jones,
You
my
can't go wrong
guy.
with the Indiana Jones soundtrack.
Indiana Jones,
I
Jonesy.
will say that, like, the main theme is good, but, like, none
Yeah.
of the other songs, like, stick out in my mind. Like, they just
No,
sound
I
like
still think it sounds fun. Like it does. It harkens back to a lot of what I like in the Star Wars music. Like a lot of the music does sound like kind of backgroundy Star Wars music, which I like. It doesn't. It is weird because it was making me. It was reminding me of Star Wars, so maybe that's not really a good thing to have ET kind of stand on its own. Besides the main theme is fucking beautiful. But yeah,
it
I
is
will say
so
a
good.
lot of the background music does sound like honestly, it sounds like stuff you probably hear in like the Ewok made for TV movies from the
TV
80s.
movies, yeah.
But like
But I will say this,
better than
it
the
is
Ewok movies.
better. It is no, but not just that. The soundtrack is better than Rise from Skywalker's soundtrack, but that's
Right.
not a high bar to begin with.
Well, because it's Rise of Skywalker. But like, who gives a fuck? You know, Rise
Who
from
gives?
Skywalker, Rise of Skywalker.
We're totally not gonna like talk about Rise of Skywalker now. So why would you think that?
We will never talk about Rise of Skywalker on the podcast. Well, you won't be on that episode.
Me when I intentionally lie. But
um,
like that's so good. Then you get like the heartfelt goodbye, and it's just like,
mm,
man, I didn't care for Elliot, but I care for ET. I don't want
I'll
him to leave.
be right here. Yeah,
I'll be right here.
you're just
And
like,
like that was
fuck.
like the final scene in the trailer for like the DVD I saw as a kid. I
Yeah,
was like,
me too.
oh, so that's the final scene. They spoiled the movie for me.
I mean, because when we saw these trailers, like these are trailers that you and me saw in DVDs and VHSs from the early 2000s, I would imagine. So like E.T. had already established himself. So like that, those trailers are not for you and me to show to like, no, what I'm saying is those are not trailers to be like, hey, you should watch E.T. because it's a good movie. It's like, those are trailers for the people who have already seen E.T. And you're just like, look, it's coming back. Buy it, you fucking consumers. It's like, you're shit, you're right, I
Give us your
should.
fucking money already, damn.
And it's like, listen, America loves ET. The world loves ET even. So you know what? Yeah, they bought it.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean that's the thing with trailers of like re-releases. They will spoil the fuck out of movies as well they should, because I mean they're
But, like, there's
assuming
also other
they're assuming
trailers I
you've already
watched,
seen the movie. So like what's
but there's
there to
already
spoil?
but there's already other trailers like that where it's like they show a bunch of the movie, but like I didn't feel like I got spoiled on like The Little Mermaid when we got a trailer that was on DVD.
Right. I think it also has to do with the fact that like it has to show the iconic scenes. And the thing with a lot of movies is sometimes the most iconic moments are very big spoilers. Like literally Planet of the Apes is an example of a movie where the most iconic part of that movie is the twist in and of itself. So us who have watched, you know, years of pop culture referencing this twist, we go in and watch the original Planet of the Apes, we already knowing what the ending is. Now, that's not to say that kind of takes away, because, you know, I love the original Planet of the Apes, but I'm saying there's a lot of movies like that where you go in kind of knowing what's going to happen. Same thing with E.T. I knew all the fucking, you know, references to ET long before I actually watched the movie, whether it was on The Simpsons or, you know, some other show or movie that references ET in some way, shape, or form, or
Like
even just
Hello Kitty.
or Hello Kitty, even just the motherfucking Amblin logo, Spielberg's studio, Amblin, like his film company, is literally a shot from the movie of Elliot on the bike with ET like in the thing. Like that's in the it's not a spoiler. Like, oh, they can fly. They fly now, so to say. But like that's literally the logo for the studio. Like that's how iconic of a movie this is. Just everything about it is just was huge. And, I mean, E.T. was a massive movie in 1982. So massive, it kind of caused the bombing of a couple of really good movies. You know,
Well, I
and
mean, I haven't seen all other 82 movies. I know you've seen a fair share amount
oh,
of them.
82, brother. Let me tell you, it's a great fucking year for movies. But like when 82 was coming, when 82 was happening, when E.T. released, I don't remember when in conjunction stuff like Blade Runner and The Thing was coming out. I don't remember which one was before or after E.T., but they were coming out around the same time, and they were huge financial flops because nobody wanted to go see Blade Runner or The Thing. They wanted to go see E.T. Um, and I don't hold E.T. against that. Obviously, I love Blade Runner and The Thing a lot more than I love E.T., but like, you know, I don't hold it against it that people went and saw E.T. instead. I mean, if you're gonna choose between a, a horror movie where everybody dies, a very scary horror movie, one of the scariest horror movies ever made, um, one of the greatest visual science fiction movies ever made. It's like, I mean, you don't know these things at first. If you want to just go see a simple Spielberg family movie, you're gonna go see E.T. instead. Like, I totally understand that.
Imagine if ET came out around the same time the Great Muppet Caper came out.
Yeah, I don't know. Great Muppet Caper. I mean, that was mainly for Muppet people. Like that.
It was made for us.
It was made for us. It was not made for Roger Ebert. I've talked about this before. Fucking Roger Ebert's dumbass fucking review of it. I hate that
It is
review
the
so much.
worstest movie ever made because it's the Muppets
No, he
or
hates
something like that.
No, he hates. He didn't like the movie because he said it was too Hollywood. Where he's just like, it's too spectacular. There's too much spectacle. It's like,
The whole point of the Muppets is that like they're making movies or
yeah.
TV
And
shows.
also
It's like that's
and I've talked about this before, but like I have to bring this up. One of his main like critiques of the movie is he said, "Oh yeah, and the Miss Piggy puppet was way too thin." It's like, what the fuck are you on, dude? Yeah, no, he literally says like, "Oh, the Hollywoodification of the Muppets," and "Oh, look at that! Isn't it funny? They made Miss Piggy a lot slimmer, a lot thinner." It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I need to tell Lazy this after the
You
podcast.
did?
Oh
Oh,
my
please do.
god.
Yeah, no, it is the dumbest fucking critique. I'm like, I'm supposed to see this guy as the greatest film critic ever. And look, I will give Roger Ebert this. Like, he has some really good reviews out there. I've talked about how much I loved his Battlefield Earth review on here. It was really fucking good. But my God, that review still pisses me off even years later. Yeah, no, that's okay. I'm glad I got that out of my system.
Yeah.
E.T., good movie. That's the point I was
It
trying to make, is that E.T.'s a good
yeah.
movie, even though its success kind of did overshadow potential success for Blade Runner and The Thing. Well, guess what? The Thing and Blade Runner are they're two of the most celebrated movies in cinematic history, even though they bombed. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, they
I think
eventually
on
got their flowers.
Letterbox I think on Letterbox they're more popular than ET.
Yeah, I 100% believe that because, cinephiles love those movies. I love those movies.
Though cinephiles think ET is better than King of Comedy, which is weird to me.
King of Comedy I do like, but like, it's not one of Scorsese's best. So whereas I feel like this is one of Spielberg's most iconic movies. So I
Yeah.
fully believe people watching E.T. over King of Comedy.
I can definitely say that ET does like rev- deserve its status as like being one of Spielberg's iconic films, with,
Yeah,
like Jaws, Jurassic Park,
right.
Indiana Jones, and Saving Private Ryan. I think that's also one of his most iconic.
I haven't seen Saving Private Ryan, so I can't comment, but that is one of his more iconic. But yeah,
And more recently, The Fablemans.
yeah, like obviously, like I said, I prefer movies like Jaws, Jurassic Park, and Raiders and Last Crusade because those are movies I grew up watching. Well, Raiders I grew up watching. Last Crusade I didn't see until I was much older. But like, but,
Still the
but
best of the trilogy.
I love those movies a lot. Jaws especially. But even still, I would say E.T. belongs in my top 10 of Spielberg. I probably need to see 10 Spielberg movies to have a top 10.
Yeah.
You know
No,
what?
I'm in the same way. I haven't
Let's
seen.
see.
I've only seen. I've seen 11 actually, and by default, it's in the top 10 because
Oh,
its competition
this
is.
is funny. I've seen 20 Spielberg movies. All right, let me sort out the ones I've actually watched. I've seen 20 Spielberg movies. All right, from most popular to least popular. These are the 20 Spielberg movies I've seen. Catch Me If You Can. I haven't seen it since 2019. I don't remember anything about that movie. It's probably pretty good, but I have to rewatch it. Jurassic Park, banger. Schindler's List, been a while, but I remember it being good. Jaws, banger. Raiders, banger. E.T., banger. Ready Player One, oh, mm. What's the opposite of a banger? That's what Ready Player One is.
Stinker, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Last Crusade, banger. Temple of Doom, fucking banger. Love Temple of Doom. Minority Report. I remember really liking that one. I need to watch it again. West Side Story. Not a fan, but I'm just not a fan of West Side Story as a concept. I didn't like that movie because of
As Ansel
Spielberg.
Elgort, I don't blame you.
I don't like that movie not because of Spielberg. I just don't like West Side Story, the
But you have
concept.
to admit, as a moviefication of a stage musical, it definitely feels like a cinematic
Yeah,
experience.
it's Spielberg. It's better than Ready Player One.
The
How
the,
about?
the dance numbers for America like give me life to this day.
Okay. Lost World. Hmm.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Kingdom of the Crystal
Uh-huh.
Skull. Well,
What are you, some kind of triple agent?
I'm more positive on Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but yeah, it's not the greatest.
Thank you, Rise of Skywalker of Indiana Jones. That's
No,
all I'll say.
no, that's Dial of Destiny.
Yeah, that's the Rise of Skywalker of Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah, no, I would sooner watch Kingdom of the Crystal Skull over Dial of Destiny like 100 times even. Holy shit.
I will take fucking a Russian communist over another group of Nazis any day. Trust me.
Yeah, oh my god, exactly.
God, we need to
Russians.
do a fucking episode just on Dial of Destiny. Holy fuck.
I already did an episode. I already did the Indiana Jones movies. If we do, I mean, we could do
Indiana
the
Jones
trilogy
Dial of
again.
Destiny revisited.
Oh,
No, wait, rewatched.
Oh, I'm gonna kill myself. Actually,
Yeah. We're gonna watch Harrison Ford, a 70-year-old man, suffer while time traveling
yeah,
to fucking
that sounds great.
it's so bad.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That's a good movie. War of the Worlds. I saw Spielberg's War of the Worlds. Pretty good, actually. I was shocked by how much I liked it. AI, artificial intelligence. Not a fan. I think there's a lot of revisionist, or there's a lot of people going back and being like, actually, it's good. It's like,
There's some
I don't
movies where
care.
like that's deserved, like
Right.
not Attack of the Clones, fuck no. Revenge of the Sith.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
definitely think that. But like sometimes it's like unwarranted. Like, why the fuck are we getting revisionist history for Spider-Man fucking 3?
Oh well, Spider-Man 3 is funny. Like that.
It's funny, but is it a
Right.
good movie?
Mm,
Somewhat.
I think it's funny. Like that's what I like about Spider-Man 3. Would I say it's, this secret masterpiece? All right. All
No.
right, dog.
Look,
Cool.
part of me
Cool.
jokes when I say Spider-Man 3 is my favorite Spider-Man Sam Raimi movie in that video I made
Mm.
like 3 years ago. But like realistically, the best one is just the first one, honestly.
I need to rewatch those movies. I realized I haven't watched them since I was preparing for No Way Home. Holy shit.
That was nearly 5 years ago, bro.
What am I doing? What?
It's been 5 years since. Oh my god, age is a concept should just die.
Yeah. And then the last 4 Spielberg movies I've seen, and then we'll move on to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. The Adventures of Tintin. It's a good movie. I remember that. Duel. I remember really liking Duel. We talked about it on the podcast. Actually, that was a lot of fun watching that movie.
It's good for being our first movie. So I might have to check that out.
That was a fun episode to record too. 1941. Not funny. Didn't laugh. And listen, I laugh at the dumbest shit, the absolute worst garbage ever. I did not laugh once.
Look, I'm the same. I also laugh at like the dumbest shit ever, but sometimes like a movie is so bad that I just feel nothing. Minecraft movie felt nothing.
Yeah. And then Always. Ooh, Always.
Everyone's favorite.
Yeah.
Well, like 761 people like it, love it. So there's a fan out there.
John Goodman dipping the chicken wing in the beer. And then he puts a straw in a Twinkie. Those are literally the only 2 things I remember from Always, is those 2 things.
Oh, that made me feel uncomfortable.
I remember
I saw the BFG.
Oh, BFG. I did not watch that. But
As
anyway,
a kid,
those are my top 20 Spielberg movies in that order. Actually, reverse order. Always is my favorite.
About to say. By that logic, BFG. By that logic, The Big Fucking Giant is my favorite.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, now then let's go from Spielberg to another well-established director of his time.
Well, before we get to that, I guess we should say we liked E.T. I'm keeping the VHS. I guess, yeah. It's a good movie.
Good movie.
You guys should check out this indie movie called E.T. the Extraterrestrial. It's pretty good.
Is E.T. on the Criterion Collection, actually?
No, it's definitely not.
Criterion, you hacked!
I mean, look, it should. If we're going with Criterion's being like, the Criterion Collection, where we have all the movies that are culturally significant. It's like, okay, E.T. was pretty fucking culturally significant. Oh, you're not going to put it on there because guess what? Fucking Universal owns all the rights. Of course, they're not going to give you the fucking rights. Like, Criterion's full of shit. I'm just kidding. But like,
look, I respect them for their preservation efforts of like classic movies and like more obscure shit. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. That's
Like
where.
I want to be in that closet as well.
Yeah, no, the shit they are famous for is, the putting a lot of international cinema to the public. Like, I say that it's like, yeah, we're gonna put this indie Hungarian movie. We're gonna take this movie from China and put it on the Blu-ray, so then everybody can watch it. Oh, but you have to pay $40 for the Blu-ray. Actually,
It's not worth it at that point.
yeah, no, it's snobby film
Because I was like, I
students.
might get K-pop Demon Hunters on there, and I
Blech.
saw it. I was like, oh my
Blech.
god.
No way.
Olivia, do not Olivia, if you're watching this, don't.
Olivia,
Just don't.
don't watch this. Olivia, turn off the episode.
Also, watch One Battle After Another, and you watch One Battle After Another.
Olivia
Actually,
battle after
which has
another.
Leo. And speaking of Leo,
Oh, Leo DiCaprio. No, DiCaprio. I'm kidding. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. We've been on a Tarantino kick on this podcast recently because
let's go.
we did the Kill Bill episode about a month ago. That was a lot of fun. I did that episode with Lazy and Ben. That was a very fun episode because Kill Bill fucking rules, dude. But
my father loves Kill Bill. I need to watch those movies.
Tarantino. So this is your first Tarantino. I remember you.
This is my first Tarantino movie. Yeah,
that's nuts. Well, that's not nuts.
Which is funny because I'm a film major.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm like basically I want to say contractually obligated to watch as many movies as possible, but I feel like I need to watch like movies from the well-known or highly regarded directors like Tarantino.
Tarantino's one of those requirements.
Yeah, but I haven't seen Pulp Fiction. I haven't seen Kill Bill. I haven't even seen Django.
Yeah, Django. So Tarantino, we've talked about him. We talked about a lot about him on the Kill Bill episode. We'll talk a lot about him right here. Once Upon a Time, that's an interesting first Tarantino movie. But at the same time, because I feel like when you watch all his movies and then you watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it's pretty cathartic and pretty because I mean, this is his most recent one. Allegedly, he's going to make a 10th movie. We'll see how that actually fucking happens. But like, if this ends up being his last one, it's a pretty damn good last one. But like, if this is your first one, so be it. I think you still get a very good movie in there. Regardless if it's your first time watching a Tarantino movie. But I do recommend his other stuff. Honestly, after rewatching Kill Bill Volume 2, I don't think there's a single bad Tarantino movie that I can think of. I'd have to rewatch Death Proof, but we'll get to that. Anyway, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, what are our opening thoughts on this movie?
This is like one of those 2019 movies where like I knew it existed, but like I never really had the chance to watch it.
See, 2019 is
like
one of those years, man. It's
one of those magical once in like once a decade years where like the stars align, the planets are like shining down on us, where like we get banger after banger after banger.
Yeah. See, it's funny because I had my favorites from that year. Like while I was watching all the movies in 2019, I had my set list of favorites, and even like years later. After that, I feel like that list has changed significantly. But even still,
I'm constantly adding favorites to my list from 2019. Like back then, it was like, oh, I had a fucking Marriage Story and Spider-Man Far From Home and Toy Story 4 for some fucking reason. But now it's like, yo, I'm now seeing Little Woman, banger, Lighthouse, banger, Jojo Rabbit, banger, Klaus, banger, Portrait of a Lady on Fire, banger, Knives Out, banger, Booksmart, banger, John Wick 3, banger, Parasite, banger. Like, where are all these bangers coming from?
2019, brother. Oh, so like, yeah, when 2019 first wrapped up, I was like, oh yeah, hands down, favorite movie of the year was The Lighthouse. Honestly, at this point, it's Uncut Gems. Uncut Gems is my all-time favorite.
Uncut Gems is also fantastic.
Fucking love that movie. I would say
I still prefer The Lighthouse, though.
I would say the order, I guess. And after rewatching Once Upon a Time, Once Upon a Time was number 2. It was like Lighthouse, Once Upon a Time. I don't remember after that. Whatever, what the fuck ever. But I would say top 3 would definitely be Uncut Gems, Once Upon a Time, and then Lighthouse.
Marriage
Um,
Story, Little
Parasite would be
Woman,
up there.
then
Parasite
Lighthouse.
might be number 4. Ooh, Parasite was
I wouldn't go that high. I really liked it. I wouldn't go that
See,
far though.
Parasite was when that first came out and people
It
were
was a cultural significant
oh,
milestone
people
for
kept
international movies.
they
Yes.
kept sucking Parasite off so hard back in
They were
2019.
par- they were eating those parasite kebabs from Smiling Friends, you know.
They really were. Yeah, Parasite, and to the point that it got obnoxious where I was like, yeah, it's good, 8 out of 10. What the fuck ever, guys. But then then years later when Mickey 17 actually was coming out, I remember being like, you know what, let me rewatch Parasite. Does it hold up? And, the obviously the Parasite glazing was over with, so people were kind of normal about it. And then now was my time to glaze it. Holy shit. Yeah. Parasite. Oh my God. It's so much. It's so good. And look,
Such a captivating watch.
it was, it was worth the glaze. I'm just saying at the time I was not about it because I'm contrarian like that. But like now that everybody had kind of died down on Parasite, then I was able to be like, oh yeah, no, this movie does fucking rule. It is so fucking good.
It rules, but like I'm also just kind of like, did it deserve #1 on Letterboxd Top 500 for so long?
I think at the
'Cause
time
like
it did. I mean, it is,
at the
I,
time, yeah, but like when
I
people were
think,
like making it, when Parasite fans were making a big stink over everything ever all at once, probably taking that, I was like, okay, the cinephiles need to calm the fuck down. It's
well,
just a
look, I
list.
mean, in fairness, I think it was at the top for so long because what came out afterwards, it's like, especially because COVID happened and movies were being pushed back. And it's like, okay, what movie from 2020 is going to overtake Parasite? Nothing. Like, no, who cares? Who gives a fuck about movies from 2020? And then 2021, I obviously had movies I love from 2021, but it's like, come on, do they compare to Parasite? No. By the time Everything Everywhere came out, it's like, okay, we've had years of Parasite at number 1. Let's get something else. What is the most popular movie on Letterboxd now? Oh,
Right now
Interstellar.
the the top 10 at the moment is Harakiri, The Human Condition 3.
I'm going most popular. We're talking top 500. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I wasn't even talking about that. Oh, wow. Oh, Parasite's number
Oh wow,
14
bro.
on top
Yeah.
500. Holy shit.
Shawshank Redemption being in top 10, my beloved.
I love Shawshank. I love
And
12
Seven
Angry
Sa and
Men.
and Seven Samurai, my
Seven
beloved.
Samurai, Return of the King. Hell yeah, this is a good
Oh, Return of the
list.
King's so
This is
good.
a good list. Dark
It's a
Knight,
good
number
list. I need to
25.
watch more of these, but I need to watch Dark
Anyway, no,
Knight.
I was going off of most popular. I wasn't even talking about top 250. Um,
Oh.
most popular. Yeah, no, most popular. It's like, okay, Interstellar, really?
Interstellar,
Re-
really? Like,
Interesting.
great movie, but really?
I don't get that at all.
Though, I'm pretty sure most of these are just Shea Frillis fans, like,
Maybe. I mean,
being on
look,
Letterboxd.
Letterboxd is mostly just dumb teenagers and people in their 20s with the mindset of teenagers. So that, whatever. Anyway, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, we were very
But
distracted.
yeah, it was one of those 2019 films I knew about but wanted to
Mhm.
watch but never had the time to,
Okay.
especially when I'm a hardcore gamer, you know.
Right.
And we're starting YouTube, but like, but now that I've seen it, it was weird.
Mm.
There's a reason why I hold back on some of my on most of my opinions on this movie just for this podcast. Like with ET, I was like, you know what? It's you could go either or, and we talked about it on your Discord server. But like with this one, no, I needed to save this. So I've known Tarantino's style for a while because it's pretty well known.
It's
It's and
recognizable.
you're taught about it in film classes. His
Sure,
style of
sure.
filmmaking.
Right, yeah.
So like the whole like, oh, we have like three storylines, and at the end they all converge to some extent. I'm like, yeah, I've seen that before. I've also seen it in other shows that aren't Tarantino, like Odd Taxi. So, but for me, I don't know if this is a hot take or not. The screenplay of this one was not working for me.
Yeah, I don't know if that would be a hot take. I'm not sure. I feel like
Because I know this is one of the more
hmm.
divisive films from his. But
Hmm.
like I seem like the people who really love it really love it.
Oh, I love it. So
I know you love it.
it's one of those movies. So I saw it in theaters when it first came out. This was actually my first and only Tarantino movie when I saw it. Yeah, because I remember, because when you first establish yourself as a pet as a pedophile.
Cinephile.
Oh no.
No, we're not there yet. Cinephile.
No, I don't have enough money to actually be an elite like that. Trust me. Oh man, what a slip of the tongue that
Get
was.
those high-rise garden fences ready.
Yeah. Oh boy. No.
But yeah, no. When you consider yourself a cinephile, I know what you're talking about. Like,
Cinephile.
yeah.
You know what? I mix up the two because it's like, well, because cinephiles are worse than pedophiles. No, they're not.
Whoa, bro.
But I do hate.
Well, like, I know what you're saying. Like, when
I
you
do hate
establish yourself as
cinephiles.
yeah, I hate them as well. But like, I know what you're saying. When you first establish yourself as like someone who's like an avid fan of movies,
An
you
avid
start like
fan of movies. Yes, thank you.
when you're an
Yes,
avid fan of movies, like me and you and Lazy and like our fan group, basically,
yes.
you start to like want to check out more of these. You want to like not only hear about these directors, but you want to see what they're making new because that's probably more accessible at the time. Whereas
Sure.
nowadays you have the advent of like the internet archive, piracy, all that jazz.
Yeah, but like, I
Whereas
mean,
like back then it wasn't as like at its height like it is
no,
nowadays.
you could definitely. I feel like it's relatively the same. Like, I could still look because when I first was on the internet, like watching Nostalgia Critic, watching movie analysis, I feel like I was still going out of my way to try and find access to these movies. I think
Well, back then YouTube's copyright wasn't like
that's
so
true.
strict.
That's true too. I watched Heat for the first time back in late 2010s, early
Dude,
2020s
I'm a
on a
Thomas
YouTube
dude,
upload.
Thomas fans were fucking raised on YouTube, and we
Yeah.
still are raised on YouTube.
Anyway, point is, you hear the basics like Tarantino, like Scorsese, and you think, okay, I got to see this guy's movies. And yeah, you watch Pulp Fiction, you watch Kill Bill, you watch Reservoir Dogs, and yeah, watching those movies, I was like, these are very good. Um, I mean, I had my thoughts on Kill Bill Volume 2, but I already went over that in the Kill Bill episode.
Yeah.
Um, so like
Cha-ching.
Once Upon a Time was my first current at the time current Tarantino movie where I thought, okay, let me actually go see this. And I took a couple of friends, we went and saw it, and it was awesome. That was a great theater experience. Just watching that movie, big screen, the audience was loving it, even though it is a 3-hour movie. It was
2
just
hours and 2 hours and 36 minutes.
okay, 2.5 hours, but it's still very long.
Very long,
Um,
like nearly end game levels of long.
Nearly. I'm fine with that. I've talked about this before. Like, this is one of my things. I don't automatically hate a movie if it's very, very long, because some very long movies have great pacing where it doesn't bother you that it's that long. Some movies are
Yeah.
70 minutes long and are a slog to get through. I've witnessed plenty of movies like that. Like, it's not the runtime, it's the pacing. Um,
Like, I love Seven Samurai.
mhm.
That is a movie that has fucking bathroom break at the halfway point. I'm not joking.
Oh yeah.
And when I
Seven
watched it,
Samurai,
I was
I like that. I've talked about that when I talked about it on the podcast. The first hour, I was like kind of struggling, but like, by the end, I'm like, I don't want this to fucking end.
when I'm watching the Seven Samurai like defend the village, I was like, "Yo, you get them. You get that fucking
It
pussy."
was so awesome. So like, yeah.
Also, the Lord of the Rings movies,
Oh, dude.
long as fuck movies. They are like near perfect movies.
Every time I watch Return of the King, I'm like, by the end of Return of the King, I'm like, what's the point of watching another movie after this? Like, there's no point. We've reached the pinnacle. It is that
Society peaked with this
it's
movie has
so
peaked with this one,
good.
honestly.
Um,
Yeah. But,
So,
like
Once Upon a
so,
Time
yeah,
in
I
Hollywood was my first Tarantino movie in theaters, and I'm glad it was. It's obviously been his most recent movie, and it is weird. Like, I think even at the time, even though I loved it, there was always a part of me that was like, this is a weird movie. And I think when I rewatched it, when I bought it on Blu-ray and rewatched it in my own home, I'm like, I still love it, but there is something kind of holding me back where I'm like, what is it I'm not really clicking with this movie with? But even though I still love it, watching it a third time, everything clicked into place. It was magical. I loved it so much.
so for me, I wouldn't say I was disengaged throughout the entire movie, like how, like, with E.T., I was disengaged at the first part of the movie.
Mhm.
with it was more like there were certain parts because it's the so let's get it the other way. This is a movie that focuses on 3 protagonists. You focus on I'm gonna call them by their actor names because I don't remember their fucking names. Well, I know Sharon Tate, but we'll
Hmm.
get to that. But like you focus it on the Rick Bolton,
Rick
Bosin,
Dalton.
Bos
Rick motherfucking Dalton. Leo DiCaprio's character, yeah.
Rick Dalton,
Yep.
his friend Clint, and Sharon Tate.
Cliff Booth, Brad Pitt. And then, yeah,
Sorry, Cliff.
so Rick Dalton and Cliff Booth made up characters. Sharon Tate, real life actress.
Yeah,
Sharon Tate, Margot Robbie. Yeah. Yeah, so the basicness, it's really hard to pinpoint like an entire story to this, but like, because that's what Tarantino does best is you can say like, oh, what's this movie about? It's kind of hard.
you need like a 50-page PowerPoint
Yeah,
presentation for
it's
one plot
the
point.
basicness. The basic plot is okay. It's Hollywood in the late 60s, and you're just watching these 3 characters kind of interact in this world of, yeah, the late 60s.
Yeah.
Late 60s Hollywood specifically. Which I think it's very basic story wise. It's literally just vibes, just these characters kind of vibing in Hollywood. But the meat of the movie, it comes from these characters themselves, like these 3 very strong characters. I would say especially fucking Cliff Booth and Rick Dalton. Like those characters are.
They are basically the main
They
characters
are,
because this
yeah.
is one of my problems. Sharon Tate does jack fucking shit.
And see, that's what I like. I like that Sharon Tate doesn't do anything. So, and I think there is a reason for that. I think what Tarantino's doing here, and I think if you look at it on the surface, I'm sure you could call sexism and be like, oh, the woman character's not doing anything. I disagree.
I disagree.
I think what Tarantino's doing here is he is celebrating Sharon Tate. Now, Sharon Tate, for those who don't know, and that's what this movie is actually kind of being based off of. In reality, Sharon Tate is horrifically murdered. Okay, she's horrifically murdered in her own home when Roman Polanski is off in Europe filming some movie, and she and a bunch of people staying at her house are horrifically murdered by the cronies of Charles Manson. You ever heard of Charles Manson? This is the reason you know who Charles Manson is because of the fact that he murdered Sharon Tate. So, I mean, he didn't directly do it, but he is responsible for Sharon Tate's murder. So that happened in the late 60s, 1969. In fact, during the climax of the movie, that's when the murder of Sharon Tate is supposed to happen. But obviously, that's not exactly what happens.
Oh my god, how did I not know that?
So, yeah, I mean, it's one of those like Hollywood. I don't want to say legends, because it's true. It's one of
It
those.
is a cornerstone of the history of Hollywood.
Yeah, it was this huge thing. I mean, a lot of actors and actresses have been murdered in Hollywood history. In fact, there's a lot of fascinating stories about that. But like Sharon Tate's was, because Sharon Tate's was pretty brutal because it was like random. Because Charles Manson had no motive to murder Sharon Tate. He did it just for the thrill of killing. I assume that's like what the how the story goes, because he was a fucking psychopath, that fucking Charles Manson. So like Sharon Tate obviously died in the most horrific way possible, and in a way that she never really got to establish herself as like a huge actress. She never really got to be the next Marilyn Monroe. I guess she did because she died in a horrible fashion, much like Marilyn Monroe. But what I mean by
Well,
that,
you don't want to be known for that, okay?
what I mean is that she never really got a chance to be this huge actress, this huge Marilyn Monroe level actress. She had the makings of one, but she never really got to be one because she was killed. So I think Tarantino, in a way, is really he's making Sharon Tate a character in this movie because obviously he wants her to survive by the end, because that's what this movie is. He's taking Hollywood in 1969, coming up with all these characters, real or fiction, and kind of just playing around with them like they're action figures, just being like, okay, this is what this story is going to be. I'm going to have these characters interact like this. I'm going to have these characters interact like this. It's very childish, but not in a bad way. I really like the way he's doing that. But Sharon Tate, the whole movie, yeah, she doesn't do much. What does she do? She goes to the movies to watch a Sharon Tate movie. Like, that's the most significant thing she does in the movie. She's like driving. She and you see this a lot in the movie. You see a lot of driving. You see a lot of characters doing things in meticulous fashion. Just every little detail, every little thing they're doing throughout their day, you see them doing, which is why the movie's fucking 2.5 hours long. You see every detail. But like, she's driving, she goes to a bookstore to get a book, and then she leaves. She notices the local theater's playing a movie she was in, and she's like, let me go watch.
The
And
Wrecking Crew, I think is what it was
the
called.
Wrecking Crew, yeah, Dean Martin, Sharon Tate's in it. So then she goes and watches, and I like this. I like what Tarantino's doing here. He doesn't insert Margot Robbie as Sharon Tate into the Wrecking Crew scenes. He leaves Sharon Tate like in that movie. He leaves her actual performance in the movie and has Margot Robbie watch Sharon Tate as Sharon Tate. And I really like that scene because it's a very wholesome scene. And I think it really represents what Tarantino's doing here. He's making Sharon Tate, the character, feel safe because it's like, look, what happened to Sharon Tate in real life was so horrible. It's like, you know what? Let me just have you have a good moment. I mean, you're obviously going to live in the end, but like, let me actually show you the love and respect you deserve as an actress, as a person, even. Like, it's a very human scene, I gotta say. It's really, like, that's what I like, because, earlier in the movie, you have a scene where Rick Dalton's talking about, oh, he was almost in The Great Escape, and they kind of superimpose Leo DiCaprio into a scene from The Great Escape. Like, did you notice that scene? Like, there's that scene where
I
he's,
did, yeah.
yeah, where he's in The Great
I thought that was
Escape.
funny.
That was very funny. But like, they don't do the same thing here where Sharon Tate, where they could have done that, where it's like, oh, Margot Robbie is Sharon Tate and she's superimposed and she's acting against Dean Martin. Isn't that quirky? It's like, no, that's not what that scene's about. It's about Margot Robbie kind of taking a back seat and letting Sharon Tate, the person, shine. It's really fucking incredible. It's
Now
probably,
that you like say it like that,
sure.
I'm like less harsh on Sharon Tate's part now.
Mm-hmm.
So you did your job. Good job. You made
Thank
me
you.
rethink about the
I mean,
movie,
look,
which
whether or not,
makes that 7 out of 10 I gave it like less harsh now.
I mean, hey, 7 out of 10 is still a good score for this movie.
Still
But
a good story.
whether or
Like,
not Tarantino, like, that's what Tarantino was trying to do in that scene, that's how I interpret it. It's a very human portrayal. I don't know, it's like one of the nicest things I've seen done in a Tarantino movie. And Tarantino's known as like this uber violent dude, and like, he puts feet shots and everything, and there's blood and gore, and just like
that
everybody
was kind of
dies.
uncomfortable. Not
It's
gonna
so
lie.
violent. There's a lot of feet shots in this. Look, I'm not saying the feet shots are not present. And look, even in that scene, Sharon Tate's dirty, disgusting feet is kind of in the forefront of that scene. But even with all that,
Dan Snyder would like a word with you, Tarantino.
there's still a level of respect for Sharon Tate in this movie that I gotta hand it to Tarantino. He clearly has love and respect for her as an actress, as a person, and it's just one of the most wholesome things I've ever seen in a Tarantino movie. It honestly is just so nice. It's nice. Like, it's so simple of me to just describe it that way, but that's what it feels like. This woman who was horrifically murdered finally gets a moment to, be appreciated for more than just a victim of a murder. We get to be like, oh, wait a minute, she was an actress. Like, yeah, it's horrific that she was murdered, but she was famous before she got murdered because she was an actress. She had a career ahead of her. And here Tarantino's being like, hey, look, this is what this woman was all about before these horrible murders. Again, maybe that's not what he's doing, but that's what I like about Tarantino as a director. He doesn't explain these things. This is for you as an individual to kind of interpret. I'm going all over the place. I hope I'm making sense, but like that,
You are making sense.
that's just, I really, really appreciated that scene upon rewatch. Like, it really warmed my cold dead heart watching it on unfurl on screen. It was just, it was so nice to see.
Yeah, I could see that. That makes a lot more sense. But like,
Hmm.
if it wasn't for the end, I would still say like her being in there. Like I said, if the ending wasn't there,
Mm.
and and without the history knowledge, like because I didn't have the history knowledge till you told me.
Well, that's the other thing too, is like, speaking of history knowledge, there's a lot of references in this movie. Like there's
There's a lot of movie
a lot
references,
of movie
actors,
references.
directors,
Yeah,
international stuff as well.
international stuff. There's a lot of TV references because, Rick Dalton
I
is a
will
TV
say when
actor.
I will say this, when I did hear the NBC logo go by like the do, I got like nostalgia feels
Yeah.
because like NBC distributed the Punky Brewster DVDs.
Okay. There you go.
Exactly. It's like I said, I was like the most random shit no one's gonna know
You
about.
are nostalgic for the most random shit. Punky Brewster and Hello Kitty. Good for
Yo,
you.
yo, get Warner Bros. And we'll get Full House on here, okay?
Hell yes.
Look, I jokingly say this. I'm basically a '90s kid in a 2000 kid's body.
I'm basically a 1910s kid in a 1820s body. What? Yeah.
Okay, okay. So by that
I'm
logic,
old.
you are homophobic. You hate the
Mm,
trans people.
mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
still think World War One's still happening,
Yep.
and and 30 years later, you're gonna learn that Hitler's existence, and you're either gonna be for him or against him.
Mm-hmm.
Not a good thing, bro.
Describes me perfectly back in the good old
Yo,
days.
but like
um, but
also, so okay, sorry.
no, I was just gonna say. So my point is, there's a lot of references to a lot of TV and movies from the late '60s and of that era of Hollywood. And I was thinking about it because I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of characters name dropping a lot of famous actors, a lot of famous movies, famous TV shows. And I think and that would usually annoy me, whenever you watch a movie and there's characters making references, like any Marvel movie being like, "Hey, do you know Spider-Man?" Looks to the camera, Spider-Man appears. Like I'm obviously being very vague, but my point is, I'm not bothered by the amount of references in this because one, it's Hollywood, and this is how people in Hollywood talk, where they're just like, "Oh, we gotta, do this. I know this movie. I know this TV show. Hey, this movie's big. This TV show's big. We got to be like this. I know this actor. I know this person. I know this famous person." Like, you know, random comparison. You remember the Mr. Frog episode of Smiling Friends? There's that
Hello.
there's that line that always stuck with me. The fucking producer character, the way he's like describing how the Mr. Frog show, when it makes its comeback, he's like, "We're gonna have like 200 million viewers watching us. That's more than the MASH finale." Like just some random old show he's thinking of. Look, MASH is fucking huge. Like obviously it was a very popular show, but like the fact that that's how he views kind of analytics uh in shows and like Hollywood and stuff like that. Like he has to name drop a famous show to be like, to show he knows shows and movies and stuff like that. And also he's just comparing what this show is to that show. It's Smiling Friends. It doesn't actually fucking matter. But that's my point. But that's my point, is like that's how Hollywood people talk, is they love name dropping shit that's famous, to be like, "Oh, look how cool I am. Look all the things that I know about." And so that's how these characters talk. But also it's clear that Tarantino has a lot of respect for these references and a lot of these movies and shows that he's referencing. So of course, that's another reason why I'm fine with it. And also, even with all these references, I still feel like the characters are the meat of the story. And so yeah, Rick Dalton and Cliff Booth are such dynamic and interesting characters. Fine, reference all the fucking random ass, 60s television you want, all the random ass 60s movies you want. Like, who cares? As long as Rick Dalton and Cliff Booth are still very interesting characters, that's what matters.
Yeah. Also, we got a stacked cast with this movie now that I'm
Oh,
thinking about it. We got Leonardo DiCaprio, best
great.
actor in the movie, by the way.
DiCaprio, I have thought about this. I obviously have not seen every single DiCaprio movie, but
One
of the
battle after another. That was
of
from
the
Lady Bones.
of the ones I've seen, my absolute favorite performance has got to be this one. Rick fucking Dalton is my
This
favorite
one's
DiCaprio performance.
this one's a close second for me.
That's fair.
Because like I seen one battle after another. Hi, lazy. um, And me and Lazy like talk about Leo in that movie all the fucking time. Like he's a fucking tweak machine the entire runtime. But like this one, it's like he's a narcissistic asshole,
Oh
which is
yeah. Oh, he's
hilarious.
so
And then like
funny.
that scene in the trailer where like he's like crashing out like so hard, and then it ends with him pointing at the mirror, and then the mirror's like positioned away where it's pointing at the camera. I was laughing so hard, but I was also like, bro, you are the best. You are like slowly becoming one of my favorite actors just for this scene alone.
Oh yeah, DiCaprio is one of those actors that you think is overrated because sometimes he has a performance that you're just like, because you look back at some of his earlier stuff and it's just like, oh, this is kind of rough. He's not that great in Titanic, even though that was one of his first big movies.
You get to Titanic, you're like, ugh. Then you get to this, like, the pointing meme. You let's go.
Yeah, pointing meme. I'm so
I
glad
did
that's in
not
our
know the
culture.
pointing meme was from this movie till I watched it.
Yeah, you pointed at the screen just
I
like Leo
pointed at it.
did.
I'm like, the pointing meme. I'm like,
Yeah,
wait.
yeah.
Oh my god.
That's what's so great about the pointing meme. It's just like it is that in and of itself. It's great.
No,
Um,
no, no. It made me no. That's not even the worst one. The worst one was when I was watching Cool Cat Saves the Kids with
oh.
friends earlier this year. And then we got to like a certain part of the movie, and it was like, "Where's Cool Cat? There he is!" And I was like,
There
"Oh
he
my
is.
god!" No, when I found that out, I was literally like, I paused the movie, walked away from my PC, and literally had to like be like, "What the fuck? What the around like the block of my neighborhood?" Because I
uh
could not comprehend that shit fest of a movie had "There he is" in it.
we're big fans of Cool Cat on this podcast. It's a good movie.
But,
Um
but yeah, no. Leo just has the range, he has the
mhm.
wit, he goes naturally with whatever dialogue from the movies I've seen. I've yet to see Inception.
He's
And
good in
also, he's
that.
very memeable.
Oh yeah. Um Cliff Booth. I want to talk about Brad Pitt's character. I like Brad Pitt. I mean, look, I like Brad Pitt
I
as
did
an
not know that
actor.
was Brad Pitt. I did not know that was Brad Pitt. When I saw the face, know what the first person that came to my mind was?
I actually have no idea who.
Owen Wilson.
You know what? I kind of see it. Wow, I'm Cliff Booth.
Ka-chow!
Don't you remember, Owen? You was there too. um,
Kashiga! That raises the question, why did Chick Hicks get arrested for nearly killing the king?
he could chig it
At
too
present,
hard.
he no, my favorite comment was when my two of my friends were like, "Wait, have I not noticed this before?" I'm like, "Oh god, we put too many of our brain cells to this fucking franchise."
Wow, you two are in high school? Could have fooled me.
Middle schoolers!
um, so Brad
Oh
Pitt.
god.
Brad Pitt is one of those actors. Much like Leo. It's like sometimes he's in a. I feel like Leo will just be bad sometimes in a lot of his early roles. Brad Pitt, even in some of his later roles, is just too boring. Like World War Z. What an awful Brad Pitt
I
performance.
have not seen that many Brad Pitt movies, actually.
So Brad Pitt, I always interpret him as like the cool guy because he is. I mean, look, Brad Pitt. He's objectively one of the coolest
He's
guys ever.
Metro Man, he's just cool by that logic.
He is one of the objectively coolest and handsomest men ever. Like that is just an objective fact. That's fine. But sometimes he can be in a role and you're just like, oh, it's so lame. And I think I say this because one of my all-time favorite Brad Pitt performances is 12 Monkeys, and he does not act like Brad Pitt in that at all. He's a lunatic, quite literally, in that movie. He's essentially Charles Manson in that movie, if you want to be
Wait,
technical. 12
do you mean
Monkeys.
12 Years a Slave?
No, 12 Monkeys from 1995. It's a Bruce Willis movie. It's Terry Gilliam, the Monty Python, Brazil director. It's a time travel movie. Bruce Willis, Madeline Stowe, Brad Pitt, Christopher
Sorry, when you
Plummer's in
said
it.
12 Monkeys, I don't know why, I thought of 12 Years a Slave, and I was like,
Well,
"Are you being racist?"
no, how dare you? I'm not racist to the movie to the number 12 just because it's
This is
in
the same
both
guy who
titles.
said Pride Month's over, we could be homophobic. But no, I get that because like one of my favorite movies is Thelma and Louise. Brad Pitt's in it
Brad
as
Pitt's in
JD,
it.
and I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Anyway, no. And that's right. Brad Pitt is in 12 Years a Slave. No, 12 Monkeys. It's a completely different movie. It's from the mid 90s.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I'm just thinking of I'm thinking of a racist guy just being like 12 Monkeys. What do you mean that slave movie?
I mean, Bullet Train has like devious diesel. You're a devious diesel, you
Oh.
know. And that's our third Thomas reference today.
There you go. We're racking them up.
We're racking them up.
Anyway,
Let's get to 5, baby.
so Brad Pitt, back to Brad Pitt. He's very, very good in this movie. Like I said, 12 Monkeys is probably my favorite Brad Pitt performance. I could see the argument of this being number 2, like my second favorite Brad Pitt performance. Like, I love his vibes. He's so cool. Like it's a so cool, like too cool for school Brad Pitt performance, but it's intentional, and I love it because he is such a sketchy character, because you're just like, he's so cool, and yet he may have murdered his wife. He almost definitely maybe murdered his wife, which is very funny.
I was so confused by Cliff in this movie,
Mm-hmm.
because like obviously he may have killed his wife. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if he's gonna fuck the fucking teenager.
Yeah, that's another thing too.
Which made me go like, backspace, please, backspace.
Yeah.
And then we learn like, oh no, he just wants to talk to George.
He just wants to meet
Okay.
George. Or he just wants to see George again, and George is just like, get the fuck out. I'm blind.
George is just like, fuck you, bro. Leave.
Leave. I'm blind, and I'm fucking Dakota
but then, like,
Fanning.
after that, I was just like, okay, then, and then like we get, and I'm just like, then like the ending comes where it's like one of the things like Cliff and Rob are like not falling out, but like we're gonna be separated, so we need to care about the friendship. I'm just like, what the fuck kind of what friendship? We barely see this shit.
I think there's enough there for me where, like, I think
We got the
I'm
opening
heartbroken.
and we got the scene with Al Pacino ordering a Dunkachino for Gina.
Right? Yeah. Hey, give me a Dunkachino.
Dunkachino, don't mind if I do.
Don't mind if I do. I really would like a Dunkachino. Listen, it's me, Marvin Schwartz. I'm a famous film producer. I want my fucking Dunkachino.
Every movie should have Dunkachino.
Every movie should have Dunkachino. So says I,
Leonardo,
Al
if you don't
Pacino.
do Dunkachino, I'm gonna fire you. You hear me?
Yeah. I gotta be careful. My voice is going. I can't do my Pacino impression. So there we go. Cliff definitely shines the most during the climax. Yeah, I mean the ending. We've been mentioning it.
Bro is high as fuck and is murdering those hippies. Like that's just
It's
aura farming.
so awesome how much he.
We can talk more about the ending when we get to
Yeah.
Rob's story.
Yeah, if there's other notes you have before the ending, we should save the ending for the ending.
Yeah, but like Cliff, I was just more so confused by him more than anything. Not to say he's bad, but like
He's mysterious.
Made me, like, it's mysterious, but like it was mysterious, but I couldn't comprehend it after I saw the movie.
Yeah, I mean, because again, he's mysterious. You don't know if he's killed his wife. He's almost certainly, maybe, probably, definitely, allegedly killed his wife. It's like, again,
Wink.
I love Tarantino. You never see it happen, but it's heavily implied it may or may not have happened. You don't know. It's up for you to interpret, just like how the characters interpret. Because like, Kurt Russell's character most certainly believes that he killed his wife.
And then we get to Rick. Rick is the best story in the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, because he's this struggling actor where he's just like, I want to be cool. I want to be this huge movie star. That's why he stopped. He didn't want to be a TV star anymore, but like he's struggling to get movie roles. So like he has to settle for villain roles in other TV shows, even though for years he was the main guy in his old show. So he just feels like a washed up has-been. And yeah, no, it's
acts like one.
And he acts like one because he's, struggling, and yet he still turns in a mighty fine performance. Just the fucking, oh my god, yeah, the fucking.
Oh my god, the scene with him and the girl when they're like reading their books, and it's like the contrast between the two, and like how they both like help and care for each other even on set. Like when they're playing character, I'm just like, You're my goat. You're my goat.
Yeah, that girl character. What the fuck is it? The actress's name is Julia Butters. Great fucking performance in this movie. She's
Trudy
fantastic.
Fraser.
She's fantastic in this movie, and she's like, yeah,
Though she
like
did
10.
idolize Walt Disney, which is like
I mean, that's just funny. Like,
that is funny.
he's a
It's like
genius.
she's like, oh, I'm so sophisticated. What you reading? I'm reading about Walt Disney. I'm
Yeah.
like, that is very like kid thing.
When does she get to the part where he has his head frozen, and it's in
I keep
the
forgetting
cinema?
his head is frozen. To be honest,
Well, that's alleged. We don't actually know if his head's frozen, but it almost certainly is.
it did lead to that Family Guy joke. That's so like awful that I can't say it here. But if you know, you know.
I forget. Is that the one where he just comes out? He's just like, is Hitler still alive? I'm just guessing.
Are the Jews still alive?
Are the Jews?
Yes. Wake me up when they're dead. Old Family Guy. New Family Guy is awful. Fucking.
Oh, you said we were going to Disney World, Lois. No, Peter. I said we're going to a place Walt Disney supported, and they're outside Auschwitz.
But and I really like obviously the crash out scene in the trailer. Funny shit. This movie's also like surprisingly funny.
Oh, Tarantino's got some hilarious
The
movies.
wit is like on point with this one. Like there's just slides that will just catch me off guard of how funny they are.
Oh yeah, like even movies like Kill Bill that aren't inherently comedies. Kill Bill is very funny. Like that movie has some really funny moments. Even as far back as his very first movie, Reservoir Dogs. Again, not a comedy, has some really funny moments.
There's also another thing I like about like Rick's part of the story. Obviously, you get those like moments where like he's in other movies.
Yeah.
What I like is how it's edited.
Mm.
Because like sometimes like but my favorite example is like in the Saber at the bar visiting I'm just gonna call him Al Pacino because fuck it.
Dunkachino. He's visiting Dunkachino.
He's visiting Dunkachino in the bar. And Dunkachino's like, when you were in that movie and you went to guns, like as soon as he's making like the first gun sound, it then like does a quick J cut. Do you know what J cuts are?
Refresh my memory. It's been a while since I
A
learned
J cut is when
school.
like you're transitioning the audio from the
Right.
next shot
Yep.
into the first shot.
Yep.
And they quickly do a J cut, then transition quickly into the movie scene. And I was like, this is what editing's all about, baby.
Oh,
That quick immersion and quick transition to get you immediately into the act. Oh,
Tarantino's editing is
it's
unmatched.
so good.
So good.
This is a great edited movie.
It's so good. Yeah, no, and then yeah, we get the scenes of him in other
The scene
movies.
where Rick is pointing at the mirror and it's the mirror and the mirror is like slanted in a way where it looks like Rick's pointing at the audience like we don't make movies like this. We don't make movies like this. We get AI slop.
uh, it's so good. Yeah, no, and I love the subtle use of him using a flamethrower at the beginning when like they show like the scene of him like in that other movie where he fries the Nazis with the flamethrower, and you think, oh,
And
look
it
at
comes
that.
back later, which we can get to when we get to the end.
I know. I'm just saying. I love that flamethrower.
Yeah, I love that. I love that flamethrower. But one other note I have before we get to the ending, I noticed on the first minute there's a Wilhelm scream in it.
Yeah, well, that's that. I think.
Like I know it's like that's probably when like the Wilhelm scream like first show and like started to get popular, but like
Well,
nowadays it's like
no. So obviously, Wilhelm scream is it's one of the most annoying in jokes in movies because it's not an in joke anymore. Literally everybody knows about it. Um, but I will give it a pass here because it's supposed to be from the '60s, and you think,
yeah, that's what
okay,
I'm trying to say. Like it's
yeah,
from the '60s.
it's
Like I
supposed to
understand
be
it
from the
being there.
'60s. Yeah, putting it
Yeah,
in. Yeah,
it's like a respect to movies, like in that
right.
Sharon Tate kind of way.
Yeah,
But like
if you're
it
gonna
was just so
if when they put it in modern Star Wars, that's when it's like, ugh. That's when you just have to roll your eyes, like, come on, guys, this
I
is
just remember
lame.
seeing that and I was like, "Oh my," because like it caught me off guard. I like literally like jumped from my chair, like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, no,
But
I think it's
now,
fine.
yeah, movie looks good.
Mm-hmm.
soundtrack exists. It's very
Ooh.
Western coded. Well, no, not very Western coded, but like very
60s coded.
radio sounding.
Oh, radio. Well, I've talked about this in my original review. I love the usage of radio in this movie because,
Can you explain this? Because I don't think I understood it that
well,
well from your
because
review.
every time a character's in a car, they're listening to the radio, and the music that's playing is the music that's playing in that scene. Like it's whether it's diegetically or non-diegetically used, it's it's integrated so perfectly. And I love that when a character is driving and then they're, it hard cuts to them driving on a different road because it's to show a passage of time, the same song is not playing anymore. It's a different song now. And I like that. I mean, it is annoying because there's that one point where I think it is the first time Cliff sees Pussycat like walking. She has like the jar of pickles, and it starts playing Mrs. Robinson. Great Simon and Garfunkel song, and then it hard cuts before it keeps going, and it probably hard cuts to a different song. But that's what I
See,
mean. I
if we
like
were to mitigate that, we would have just done like a slow out of transition L cut to
hmm,
like then hear Rick in the passenger seat of the car, so
yeah,
that we get the him snap into reality but not lose the song.
yeah, I like that we get different songs in different shots because again, in movies, yeah, you put it on the radio and then it's like, oh, then it becomes diegetic music where like it kind of overshadows the rest of the sound effects in the world, and so then it's kind of the main point. You're supposed to be watching the visuals and listening along to the song, and then it fades out when like the next scene happens. It's like, no, here a character's listening to the radio, it's a part of the world, and then it hard cuts to a next shot of them driving, and it's a different song because then a different song would have been playing, or maybe it's a radio ad for like a local theater or a local whatever, like it's a perfect use of radio, just the way it's integrated into the world. And I just always appreciated that about this movie.
I can see that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now we can talk about the ending.
It is,
So,
say what you want about the rest of the movie. I love the rest of the movie. I love the slow
oh,
pace. I love this I love the slow pace. I love how we see every little action the character is doing on that day. I know that's probably not for everybody. Clearly, it's not for you, and that's fine. I'm not gonna force people to be like, no, you have to see it the way I see it. It's like, no, if it doesn't connect with you, that's fine. But with that all said, everybody loves the ending because
if you do not like the ending, you hate movies.
it
On
is
God.
so good. It is pure Tarantino mayhem.
So we start with like all of our main characters are back in their original places on that hillside in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
And then the hippies from Cliff's, spoiler alert by the way, for a 7-year old, oh my god.
Those evil, dirty hippies are back.
Those evil dirty hippies are back and they want to kill, with the history lesson you gave me, Sharon Tate.
They're there to kill Sharon Tate because yeah, that character Austin Butler plays, Tex, that is a real life guy. Like he is the one who ended up being the one to murder Sharon Tate, and then he has all the other characters along, and then they go up there, and obviously in this reality, Rick Dalton lives next door. He hears their muffler and he just goes out and starts spazzing at them, being like, "Will you shut the fuck up and get the fuck out of here, you dirty fucking hippies?" Hilarious.
Then they park at the bottom, and they are and one of the most interesting things about this ending to me was their idea on heroism.
Mm.
Because like they're killing people
Yes.
because it will purify or whatever the fuck hippies did back then. But like they justify it because they saw Rick play the hero in his show. Like
Yeah.
what he did in that show was evil, what we would conceive as evil, but since it was seen as heroic, it could be said that that was a heroic act that people can do.
Oh yeah. I love Mikey Madison's little spiel where she's just like, "Dig it, man. We're gonna like kill the guy who taught us to kill, and that makes
That
it
was so
okay."
fucking funny.
I love that because that is pure hippie bullshit where you're just like, you think it's deep and provocative, but it's like, no, you sound like a fucking
It is
mongoloid.
so fucking surface level and no thought was put into it.
Exact surface level, no thought. Tarantino nails these dumbass, dirty fucking
Then
hippies. I love it.
then we get to the house where
Hmm.
they all three show up. Cliff is high as a fucking kite because
Yeah,
he smoked an acid dipped cigarette
yeah.
for some fucking reason.
Just
Because he
cause
remembered he had
it
it.
was the
That's right.
'60s, everyone was
Then
high.
like then like he's laughing and shit. He has Rick's wife cornered. Then he just slowly clicks his dog, bites the guy's balls. Like when I saw that the guy punching the dog, I had to like pause to catch my breath
Yeah,
because that just came out of nowhere and was hilarious.
yeah. I love
Then
that.
like
No, go ahead.
he's
Yeah,
like slowly taking out the other hippies like he's fucking John Wick.
it is very John Wick. I guess when you put it that way, yeah.
Then
Oh,
like
yeah.
he gets stabbed.
Uh-huh.
Then like one of the girls crashes, gets thrown into the pool. Then Rick, knowing it's an intruder, goes around, grabs the quote prop flamethrower and torches her bitch ass in the pool.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw him torch the girl in the pool, I never laughed. It literally felt like a skit from either Family Guy or Smiling Friends to me.
That's a good comparison,
I
yeah.
could see Rick as fucking Mr. Frog.
Hello. So
Hello, this is the power I kill you.
so I yeah, I love that Cliff is high the whole time because and I love the dirty hippies just being like, what the fuck is he doing? I love the part where Cliff's just like, who the fuck are you? And Tex is just like, I'm the devil and I'm here to do the devil's work or something gay like that.
The devil shit.
Here, yeah, yeah. And then Cliff just goes like, no, it was something stupider than that because he recognizes Tex from the thing. But I just love this response, like, no, it's something stupider than that. And then yeah, he throws the can of dog food at Mikey Madison's face, breaks her nose. Yeah, he should clicks at the dog to like bite Austin Butler's balls off. Just spectacular moment. He's just
It is the most
beating the
it is
shit out of the red-haired hippie, just absolutely like throwing her face at every surface in the living room. Fantastic. Oh yeah. And the best part, the absolute best part of this already amazing climax. Yeah, like we said, Mikey Madison just launches back into the pool, falls into the pool, and Rick Dalton, you think is running away because he's a fucking coward, because that's Rick Dalton. Like, yeah, he's an actor, but like he's obviously just this spazzed out. He's obviously drunk as fuck because he's been drinking margaritas all night. But he runs into into the shed. You think, oh, he's just gonna hide out there. Like, oh, isn't that funny? No, he comes back out with the flamethrower and torches her to death. Just when I saw that in theaters, like obviously everyone kind of had this when they saw him run into the shed, they had this laugh like, oh, how he's a coward. And as he comes out with the flamethrower, everyone was just like, oh, like everyone erupted into laughter, and then he burns her to death. It was
when James
one of the
said
best.
that scene in his review, I was like, oh, I know what that scene is now. That was worth it.
It is that scene in this movie.
Top
Yes.
10 scenes of 2019 for me,
It is
honestly.
so funny.
It is so funny, but it's also like kind of like a growth of Rick because like Rick didn't want to do the international films, but now he's done it and like has a wife and shit. Like, yeah, he's still like a drunk, tweaked up motherfucker, but like he has more sense than that now.
To grab his flamethrower and burn the bitch.
Grab his prop flamethrower and burn a bitch, you know? Every now and again, you just gotta burn a bitch, you know?
Every now and then, yeah. No, it's and then hey, the best part, Sharon Tate doesn't die, and those evil fucking hippies like
Sharon Tate and her baby.
Hey, Sharon Tate and her baby, exactly. That's the other thing. I didn't even mention that. Yeah, that's real. Sharon Tate was pregnant when she was murdered, so like the baby died along with her. Horrible, horrible. Fuck Charles Manson, dude. I hope he rots and he's dead now, right? Charles Manson's dead?
He if he's dead, he's in hell right now. Don't worry.
Charles Manson. Yeah, he died in 2017. Fuck this guy.
Let's go. I'm pretty sure when like that news came out, like
everyone was happy.
9 years ago. Oh my god, time. Stop it.
Yeah.
Like, that came out 9 years ago. Everyone was like, it was like I saw that and I clapped.
Yeah. Awful, evil fucking man. Hope he's rotting in hell. Yeah, so like yeah, he is. But like and then I think some of the evil hippies are still alive. They're obviously still in prison, so I hope they're rotting in there. Fuck them. But yeah, no, that it was a very cathartic ending. Obviously, it's a cathartic ending if you know the real life story of Sharon Tate, but it's also just a hugely satisfying movie because again, the evil hippies have been annoying the whole movie. They just like and just watching them die is even if you don't hate the hippies, watching them die is just objectively funny. Like him breaking out the flamethrower is just one of the funniest things in the whole movie. So like it's satisfying either way. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I may not have been the biggest fan of the movie for most of for some of it, but like that ending just made it worth it at the end. Like, oh my god, I sat through 2 hours and 20 minutes for this, and it was worth it.
Oh yeah. I think it's a movie you got to watch multiple times to kind of get the vibes. And I'm not saying you have to watch it now. Like this is something you could probably wait like 10 years, revisit. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. But like I think it's one you got to watch multiple times to kind of get the vibes down with. But like also I would recommend literally every other Tarantino film too. Like it all his stuff is worth watching.
I know Yen Sid is a big fan of I say the Django, but it's probably just
It's
Django.
just Django. Yeah, like Django Fett from Attack of the Clones. It's just Django. It's the D's in front because
Like I know Yen Sid and you and Lazy are into Django. You're into Kill Bill. My father's into Kill Bill. Like I'm surprised, and everyone loves Pulp Fiction. So I'm just surprised I haven't seen any of the other ones till now.
hey, you'll get to them. Hey, there's plenty of classics I still haven't watched. They're getting less and less, but like there's plenty of classic movies I still haven't watched.
You haven't watched the classics like the Lost Chapter, Yuki's Revenge,
I have seen that actually. Um,
and I saw your review.
oh boy, yeah.
Mhm.
Tarantino's 10th film, I guess, if we want to be technical, because it's
So
the most
is
recent
this
thing he's directed besides this, and hmm, who's
now the real question, Hal? Is this
okay.
a keep or a give?
Oh, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the Blu-ray? Fucking keep.
Yes.
Absolutely keep.
We're putting it on the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think this is my fourth favorite Tarantino. Like, obviously, I love the Kill Bills. I love Pulp Fiction. I can honestly say this is probably number four. I mean, if we want to count Kill Bill as one movie, then this is number three. But like, it's it's just everything. I loved it. I thought it was like a very mature movie for Tarantino. And look, I mean, Tarantino's known for his mature, like I'm seeing mature and like, taking its time, being slow when it needs to be, and not just this ultra violent movie like Kill Bill was. Kill Bill was, to the max and violent, but that's kind of the point. That's the point of what that movie was. This is a lot more slower, a lot more character driven, and I love it. I love it for that. So yeah, this is absolutely a keep. I don't know. I don't think you own it. Obviously you don't because this is your first
I
Tarantino.
don't know.
Would you ever own it, or do you think you think there are other you don't want to say because there's other Tarantino movies maybe that you would probably rather own for well because you got to see them first.
I gotta see more first, but like also it's just like I need to start building up a Blu-ray collection. There's other movies I would want to get first, like Shawshank Redemption.
And Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty's not on Blu-ray. I can guarantee that.
Well, not yet, but soon it will be. But yeah, I guess Shawshank will have to do. you know that
I guess
excellent movie.
Muppets Most Wanted will have to do.
Yeah, great Muppet Caper. That's
Great Muppet Caper, the original.
the original Muppet movie.
Not Takes Manhattan. That one's that's the weakest one so far.
Original Muppet. Yeah, original Muppet movie. You got to get. Yeah.
I gotta get all those Thomas movies that are on Blu-ray.
Magic Railroad especially.
Magic Railroad, Thor's Legend of the Lost Treasure, Tale of the Brave, Blue Mountain Mystery. I swear, me and the movie dude are gonna get you to a podcast episode of those movies. I swear to
We
God.
got to do Christmas vacation, not Christmas vacation, fucking Thomas's Winter Wonderland. I know I always say every Christmas we're going to do it and then we never do.
I'm making sure you're doing it this
I'm
Christmas,
putting
and
my
I will
foot
be
down.
there.
I'm putting my foot down. We're doing the Thomas's Winter Wonderland VHS day. That's going to be a big episode because I know Lily wants to do it. You want to do it. I guess the movie dude would want to do it. I want to have John on that one. That's going to be a big episode. Holy shit.
That's gonna be like the fucking Thomas Wikipedia page, just in one episode. I swear
Oh,
to God.
I'm going to I'm going to go nuts so with that one.
Thomas Winter, is it Winter Wonder? No, that's the song. 'Cause I know what you're talking about. It's one of those VHSs that were made for the holiday times by that was distributed by Anchor Bay Entertainment.
Yeah, it's the one where like I'm pretty sure this was the one that has like the Thanksgiving edit, where it's like, "Hey everybody, it's the
Oh,
Thanksgiving episode," and it's clearly just a Christmas episode, and then they
Christmas.
fucked up the
Eve.
narration, and yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that's on this one.
It's not Christmas party. It's something else.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's goddamn fucking Thomas. It's like I love you franchise, but like goddamn, you have like the most confusing damn. I think there's like even a season 4 one. It makes
Probably.
sense for it to be a season.
I don't
one.
remember any Thomas episodes via seasons. I'm more of an
I
expert
will
on
remember for you.
I'm more of an expert on the Simpsons and separating their seasons than I am Thomas. I can tell you that.
Oh, Thomas Christmas Wonderland. That's what it's called.
Yeah, it's like a red VHS tape.
Yeah, red VHS tape with like the
snow,
the snow covered Thomas,
the
and
cocaine
like
covered Thomas.
Oh, bang! Oh yeah, this is a season 4 one.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, sorry, this is a season 5 one because it has snow, which is a season 5 episode.
Hey, this is all a preview for you folks. This is all a preview for the Christmas episode coming in December. That's 6 months away.
What's gonna make this more fun? We got more information on the season 5 like original drafts of their scripts. That's gonna be an interesting history lesson for you.
Yeah, it turns out Thomas was supposed to die at the end of season 5.
Well, given what happens in season 5, most of the characters probably should have died.
Okay.
I mean, a giant boulder nearly killed like 4 engines, bro. Like,
it's a lot of death. So much death.
Let me tell you about season 5.
No, that's okay. We don't have time. Aidan,
we don't have the time.
Shout out your stuff, dude. Where can people find you?
I obviously have a Letterboxd account.
Obviously.
Cinephile. I have a YouTube channel. I talk about a variety of things from your video games, your movies, every now and again, TV shows. About again, Thomas the Tank Engine, because I'm now a Thomas Tuber.
Thomas Tuber.
Thomas Tuber. And I obviously have a Twitter and a Blue Sky.
Obviously. Yeah, all your links will be in the description. I'm just going to copy and paste them from last time. If they're not there, then maybe I'll just copy and paste them from Discord. Whatever. What the fuck ever.
Whatever.
Well, hey, listen, I'm glad we finally got to this. It took us a while to get this episode out, but
yeah.
And hey, this is
like,
big.
Reiterate, this was planned for like a year, like almost a year ago, and we just finally got to it.
We finally got. I know I feel like we had E.T. and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood lined up back in April, and then it's like, oh yeah, we'll get to it, and then Star Wars Summer happened.
Star Wars Summer. I just got my job that month.
Right.
I was very busy. We're gonna get busier with fucking Spider-Man and the Odyssey.
Oh yeah. But listen, hey, this is big, because guess what? Guess what number episode this is? Episode 199. You know what that means? Next episode?
200's next.
Oh, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big, people.
Y'all better tune in, and I'm making sure my audience is tuning in.
Yeah. It's exciting. So, folks, tune in next week. Not next week. It's actually going to be a couple of weeks because I'm going on vacation. Let me go on vacation, you fuckers. Let me go on vacation first, and then episode 200. Oh boy, do I have things planned for episode 200? I actually don't have anything planned for 200. Oh, I forgot to stop recording. Oh, fuck. Goodbye, everybody.
Out of the box.